Very good morning, students. Welcome to the chapter 6, His First Flight. So, students, in this video, we will learn about a seagull. Seagull is one type of bird. So, this story about a seagull and how hunger motivates him to fly, we will know in this story. So, students, really, this story is a very good story, and you will get so much fun in this story. So, the story is about, I am saying, about a little bit. A young seagull was trying to fly, but however, he could not fly because for the fear. But gradually, his mother motivated him to fly by showing a what? By showing a fish. You can say that hunger. Because before one day, that seagull was so much hungry. So hunger basically motivate him to fly to get that fish. He tries to fly, and finally he got success in the last. So story. This story is written by is a great author. His name is that Liam O. Flaherty. So what's the name? That Liam O. Flaherty. Okay. So was born in 28 August in Ireland and died in 7th September 1984. You can see this picture very well here. This man. Okay, students. Now come to the our point and chapter. So before going to the chapter, have a look on the keywords, means that difficult words. So what is the meaning of seagull here? Seagull is a bird of long wings. Now what is the meaning of ledge? Ledge means edge. Now what is the meaning of brink? Means border. Now what is the meaning of attempt? Means try. Now flap means swing. Now what is the meaning of beneath? Means under. Now what is the meaning of stretched? It expand or expanded. What is the meaning of certain? Sorry students, spelling mistake. CERTAIN it will be. So the certain means here sure. Now what is the meaning of master of? Means collect. Now meaning of plunge here is dive. Silly, not in sweet voice. Threatened means warning. Starve means hunger. And flight means flying, or you can say the fast trip. So our story name is His First Flight. So His means here students that bird, a young seagull. So what is the meaning of young? Young means that baby seagull. So gull is a bird name. One type of bird in Ireland is called seagull. So now come to the chapter and let us read one by one to the sentences. So our first sentence is, the young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. Now, students, what is the meaning of that? The young seagull, you know that, very baby, and baby seagull was alone. You know, alone means akela. On his ledge, ledge means you can say dhara in English, dhar in Hindi. His two brothers and sister had already flown away the day before. It means that the young seagull was alone, okay, because his brother and sister had already flown away one day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Why? Because his sister and brother, they know they know how to fly, but that young seagull, he doesn't know how to fly, so that he feels fear to fly. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink, so when that little bird tried to fly, run forward. Forward means you know that आगे जाना. Brink means I have told you that border. But when that little seagull tried to fly in the border of that sea, वही सी का border में जब try कर रहा था उड़ने के लिए of the ledge, you know that ledge means I had already explained you that HEDJ means धार. Attempted means tried to flap his wings. So what is the meaning of flap? Flap means swing. Okay. He tried to swing, but he did not. Why? Because he was so young and also he was afraid. He became afraid. The sea stretched down. What is the meaning of stretched here? I have already said. Stretch means expand और extend, जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा से विस्तार हुआ था और लंबा तरीके से एकदम बड़ा था. Stretch down it means नीचे के तरफ बहुत लंबा क्या था. Stretch down means under, beneath means under and down means नीचे. So नीचे के तरफ बहुत ज़्यादा क्या था, लंबा था. And it was such a long way down, miles down. Okay, so why that that young bird felt afraid? Because for the long sea, because for the long route, because for the long miles. Okay, understood, students? Now come to the second paragraph. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. When that little or when that young seagull tried to fly across the sea, he felt. So felt means past tense of feel. So feels means what? Feel करना, महसूस करना. So he felt certain means sure. वो sure हो गया, sure feel किया that his wings, you know wings means you know पर, would never support him. So he felt that my wings is weak now because you know because one day before he was alone and also he was not taken any single food. So he bent his head, bent again, the past form of the bend, B-E-N-D. So bent his head and ran away back. Ran away back means returned. So he returned back when he felt that I cannot fly across the sea because he was afraid. So what he decided? He decided to return to the ledge. Return back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. It means there was a hole under the ledge. Each of his brother and little sister ran to the brink, but his brother and sister, they continued their flying, flapped their wings and flew away. So this line talking about his brother and sister, that they had continued their flying. He failed to muster up. Here, muster up means collected. Collect. He failed to collect courage. Yes, courage means here motivate. What? Motivate. So he failed collect to motivate and collect to what? You can say sahas in Hindi. To take the plunge. So here, what do you mean by plunge? See here, here is the meaning of plunge. Here, dive. What is the meaning of plunge? Dive. Okay. To take the dive, he failed because he was afraid. His mother and father came round, calling to him shrilly. So what happened next? After that, his mother and father, the both came to the seagull and calling to him shrilly. What do you mean by shrilly? Shrilly means not in sweet voice. It means you know that birds' voice are very harsh, but some birds have sweet voice and some birds have harsh voice. It means not sweet voice. Threatening to let him starve unless he flew away. So threatening means warning. The father and mother both gave him what? Warning. उनको warning दिया किसको? To the seagull, young seagull, to let him starve unless he flew away. It means that you have to you have to start your flying unless you felt what? You feel hungry or you feel hungry. So the mother and father both warning them, my baby, my son, please wake up and try to fly. If you not fly, then you cannot eat anything and you cannot or you can get sick or maybe you can die. So that mother and father started setting him. But for the life of him, he could not move. But for the life of him, he could not move. The same thing, but for the life of him, he could not move. Okay, he could not move because for his life, because he was afraid. Why he was afraid? He was afraid because that he cannot fly. Okay, so he could not fly. You can take in past tense. He could not fly. If he will try to fly, then it will fall down on the ground and maybe it will die. So that the so many fear came to his mind, came to that seagull. So that in fact he could not fly. So this is the story and we'll read the next paragraph in the next class. So students, hope you understand this video and you understand my point. Still in need out, then contact me. Thank you.